All right, so you've already experienced inflation firsthand in 2022. Gas, food, rent, house prices, everything has increased dramatically. But the good news is that it looks like inflation is finally starting to come back down. We're seeing prices come back down. In today's video, I want to go over a brand new report that came out from the Bureau of Labor Statistics with some surprising data about inflation. And we're going to look at this in terms of an investor's perspective, talk about the stock market as well as crypto, and if the markets have bottomed out, what's going on there as well. So starting off with the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Earlier in the day, the Bureau of Labor Statistics released their monthly CPI report. In this report, they talked about inflation, and inflation has officially hit 8.5% for the month of July 2022. And while this may seem high, and it definitely is still high, the good news here is that it's actually come down dramatically from where it was just a month ago in the June report. In June, we saw 9.1% inflation, and that was the peak that we have seen over the last 12 months, really over the last couple of decades. But the good news is that we had consistently seen month after month increases in terms of inflation. Now we have finally seen it start to decrease. You can see January 7.5%, February 7.9%, then 8.5% in March. Every single month, we basically saw an increase until July 2022. The good news here is that that means we have finally seen what the Federal Reserve has done with interest rates finally start to take place. We're finally seeing impacts of them increasing interest rates every single meeting. That is finally doing its job, and we're finally seeing prices come back down. The interesting thing in terms of the report is that most of this decrease in inflation has been attributed to gasoline prices coming down 7.7% from where they were, as well as what has happened with food prices. So when we're looking at this, you could see that gasoline prices are down 7.7%. You could see fuel oil is down 11%. You could see energy commodities is down minus 7.6%. And all of this has come down dramatically. While there still are certain aspects of the economy where we're seeing increases in prices, for example, with electricity still up a bit. For the most part, we are finally starting to see things come back down. And this is great news, not only for just investors, but also for the general public. The good news for investors is that now we are finally seeing inflation come back down, which means companies can start to be less worried and more certain about the future, what the Federal Reserve is going to do, what's going to happen with inflation. Because as we had seen month after month increases for inflation, this caused a lot of fear with companies. And a lot of companies had started to, the stocks have obviously been struggling. We've seen the whole entire market struggling as they were preparing for rising interest rates and inflation. But now we have seen a dramatic increase over the last 24 hours because of this report. You can see that the S&P 500 is up 2%, NASDAQ is up 2.6%, Dow Jones is up 1.6%. And if you're looking at crypto as well, we're seeing crypto market is up 4.65% as well, with Bitcoin back above $24,000 per coin. So the good news here is that we have finally seen inflation potentially peak. Does this mean next month can't be higher? Like, of course, next month can be higher, but what it looks like is with the Federal Reserve increasing interest rates, with gas prices coming back down, with energy for the most part coming down, all of this is going to help the stock market and crypto. When we're looking at a couple of experts and what they're saying about the markets, we can see that many of them have said the bottom of the market is already in. When we're looking at Cathie Wood and ARK Invest, she has come out and said that BlackRock's entrance to the crypto market, they recently signed a big partnership with Coinbase. This could potentially double the price of Bitcoin. And this, coupled with the new data from CPI and inflation, is all very exciting news. So what they said in particular, they did an analysis. They said that many institutions would like to invest into crypto, but they want to minimize volatility, minimize their exposure, and they're looking to allocate 2.5% of their portfolios into crypto. If this were to happen with BlackRock's new partnership with Coinbase, well, BlackRock has $40 trillion, basically the $40 trillion platform, and this would translate to more than $1 trillion worth of demand. You just take the 2.5%, times it by 40 million, you get right around that $1 trillion. And this means that the whole crypto market could very easily double as soon as institutions start to get involved. This is one one opinion with the market. One expert, we could say, looking at the bottom is already in with the market. This is unrelated to the economy, but simply the economy coupled with BlackRock's partnership is very good news. Other thing going on with crypto is when we're talking about JP Morgan. JP Morgan recently came out and they said that they believe the bottom of the market for crypto is in as well. They said in a recent note to all of their clients that with upcoming merge of Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake, as well as what has been going on with inflation and the economy, they believe that the bottom of the market is already in. While that doesn't mean we might double in price so quickly, they think that as of right now, we have already seen the bottom of the market. Now we're finally going to start to see prices slowly work their way back up to new record highs. So ultimately right now, what we're seeing across the board is that most experts would say that the bottom of the market is already in. Yes, we could see inflation rise a month or 2 months more, but right now what it looks like is that things are finally starting to come back down, that the Federal Reserve has things under control, and if you're an investor, now is really one of your last best chances, for example, to get into Bitcoin in that low $20,000 per coin range. If you're looking at stocks, this could be one of your last best opportunities to get into a number of stocks that have come down dramatically, let's say like PayPal or Apple or some of the big name stocks. So make sure to keep an eye out on your portfolio. Me personally, I've been buying this whole entire way down. I'm continuing to dollar cost average, but things are looking much better. Things are looking great for the economy, for stock market, for crypto, and for your portfolios in general. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on inflation. Do you think that we have finally peaked? And for the markets, do you think that we have finally bottomed out? But hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.